All right. Um, there has been a few questions on how to load the script, and then once it gets loaded, what happened? And then another question is, where do I find the script? So this video is just to try to help you how to figure this out, uh, assuming that you are not too familiar with with the steps on the kernel stand, or you're just pretty much new on the Zen Studio, and you just need to know, how do you do this? How do you follow? How do you, follow the steps that I mentioned in other videos? But then just hopefully this video will help you out getting all these different steps, um, you know, taken care of, so you can just go ahead and start configuring your uh, anti-recoil and your preferences on the scripts, and not worry how do you download, how do you find the script, how do you do all these different things. All right, so I hope that makes sense. So I'll do my best just to explain it, kind of like assuming you don't know much about the kernel stand, or you're pretty much new at this whole thing. So if you can follow the steps, I think you'll be able to get this thing going, and just get ready to game. All right. So let's see. Okay. All right. So the first step is you need to go to my Discord, right? On my Discord, pretty much I'll keep posting the new versions, and then I keep posting the different updates, and also the features that people keep requesting. So you'll find a link to the Discord on the description of this video once I get it ready. But pretty much, if you're looking at this live streaming, you probably you already know where my Discord is. So let me just share my screen, and let me just give you a quick tour of the Discord itself. So let me just share my Discord. A sec. Uh, well, okay, let me give you this Discord thing. Where is it? Ah, oh, oh, sorry. Here we are. All right, so let me get you this Discord full screen. All right, so when you get to my Discord, the first thing you're gonna see is that you're gonna land on the welcome screen. I just moved to the rules. Here on the rules, basically tells you all the standard rules that you should follow, making sure you're annoying people, you're not being disrespectful. Just read them really quick, and then go ahead and click on the verify. If you haven't uh, acknowledged or reacted to this little message here, you won't be able to see the private channels, and you're just gonna see a very limited version. So once you acknowledge this, or react to it by clicking on this or any of these icons over here, or you can just add your own icon. As long as you react to this, then it will unlock all the different channels. And then once you have unlock the different channels, you're gonna see the general. This is where we pretty much keep communicating with everybody, hearing when they're having issues, uh, and I'm trying to help everybody as much as I can. So general basically is all type of conversations. Then announcements. Here is where we basically have the new versions announced, and any other relevant things you will see popping up here. So for example, here I announced the version 6.1, and here I have announced 6.2 hotfix because I made some small mistakes on the previous version. So I tried to keep up with the feedback and then getting the new releases. So and then here you have clips and highlights, so people share small videos of their game using the script. So I appreciate you guys just dumping some videos over here of your gameplay when you're using the script. A how to basically is just a small uh, guides, text guides on how to do things. So I'm gonna try to add more videos so you have to read. Looks like people don't pay much attention to the reading, so probably I'll leave the how to channel, but I will be working more on the video side. Suggestions. So the suggestions basically is when people want to have a specific feature on the script. So you add the suggestions. If enough people vote, then that suggestion keep going to the top. And then on the top, I will be working on the ones that had the highest ranking, and then adding those suggestions into the script. Stop board, well, that basically messages that I think people will care the most, but nobody reads that, so I'd probably get rid of that. The how-to videos, those are the YouTube videos explain the basic things. So it's good if you can just check them out. More videos will be added to this as we go. And this is the important thing. So here we had the downloads. So here you will find previous versions, but always scroll all the way down and then just get the latest version. And like I explained in the previous video regarding how to load the script, this is like a two script package. Uh, we had the attackers script and then we had defenders script. And the reason for that is that I'm trying to save 2 profile guns for each operator. That means that we have a lot of data to save into the Kronos Zen. The Kronos Zen give you 64 variables for you to play. So, for example, we have 29 attackers right now, including Flores. So that means we almost, if we save two profiles for each operator, you can see the attackers. I almost run out of space, right? So we had 64, but we're already using 29 operators times 2 because I'm getting 2 profiles. What the first profile is for primary gun, and the second profile is for the secondary gun. So you can see how I'm very quickly running out of space. So that's why I split these two. Before I have the script in attackers and defenders on a single script, but that requires people to go into the script and then tweak their anti-recoil directly into the script. On these new versions, I give you a little menu. I call the anti-recoil menu, and then you can get the configuration you need a lot easier. But that forced me to actually split a script. All right, so that's a brief explanation how to why I had the 2 scripts instead of 1. All right, so on the downloads, you just download the both scripts. All right, so let me go back here. Sorry. So you download both scripts. Once you have downloaded both scripts, then you need to go back to the Kronos Zen. So this Kronos Zen is our main hub in order to load whatever you download into the actual Zen. So once you open your Kronos Zen, then just let me close my let me close what I have going here. So I can show you from the start. All right, so you downloaded the script, so now you come to the Kronos Zen, and we want to open the 2 script. So just go to wherever you put the downloads, and that's all you need to do. Just go and find the versions. In my case, I downloaded version 6.0.2. So I open Defenders, and then I go ahead and find the attackers, and then you load those 2 here, right? So now that you have them loaded, then you go to the Programmer tab. In the Programmer tab, it's going to open by default on the Zen library. What we need to do instead of the Zen library, we need to go to the GPC script button, which is this little button with the lines on it, and as many scripts you have open on the Zen Studio, they're going to be showing here, right? So you can see I have defenders and I have attackers. So let me clear out these two. The way to clear it is just click and drag it over to the trash can, and then you make a space. So most likely you will have many of these filled already. So you need to make a space for two, right? So once you have two open, then you just drag attackers, and then you drag defenders. All right. So once you have dragged these two, and you're ready to go, then you click on this program device button, and this is going to send the two scripts that we need into the Zen. Right. Once it gets done, then we're ready to move to the other step, which is actually configuring the scripts. Just going through them and making sure that we're able to move to the different steps. Oh, 1 second. Let me connect my control to the Zen, so I can show you without having to start my Xbox. Just give me 1 second. All right. Oh, all right. So I need to move it here. All right. So let me now share the screen for the Zen, and then I can show you how that works. All right. So let me move it. Okay. All right, I think that's good enough. Let me see if I can do a little better here. All right, I think that's good enough. All right, so once you downloaded the two scripts, then you need to activate one, right? So you do that by touching the right blue button. You're gonna see that I'm actually pushing the left on the screen, but that's because my video is mirror. So you have to push the right button. Let me see if I can focus this a little better. So the main thing I want to show you here is the very first time that you open the script, it's gonna show you the operator, the first operator on that particular mode. So if you open the attackers first, then you're gonna see Ash. If you open the defenders first, then you're gonna see Pulse. But then how do you change between attackers and defenders? If you're already on this screen where you can see the top scrolling text going on, you just press B, and then you see attackers and defenders. Oh, that's not going to work. It's backward. Well, the text is backward. Let me see if I can switch it. 1 second. Give me a sec here. All right, so it's not going to work like that. Let me take the flip out. And still flip. I don't want to flip it. Okay, so I'm gonna need to switch this out. 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. I actually forgot that I had it on a different configuration here. All right, so let's see if that works. All right, so that's a little better. Let me see if I can focus it a little more on the actual text. All right, I hope you can see it good. I'm seeing it correctly. All right, so once you had this window, you seeing the attackers and then you seeing the defenders. So if I want to move to the defenders, then I select it with the D-pad up and down and then press A. And then here you can see that it's asking you a slot number. If you read the text carefully, you will see that it's asking you where the defender's script is. So if you put the defender script on slot number 2, or maybe you pick up a different slot, maybe slot number 8 or whatever, then you put that number there. So in my case, I put it on slot number 2. So just using the left and right, you can see it's going to show you all the available slots. But in my case, I put it on slot number 2. So then select number 2 and then press A, and then it's going to show you all the available operators for defenders. You can see I can scroll through them. So if you press B to go back, then select attackers. At this time, then it's going to ask you the same thing, but now it's asking you for the attackers. So it needs to know where you put the attackers script. And then you just, I put in my case, I put in slot number 1. So just type 1 and then press enter. And that's it. Now, this is only the first time you interact with attackers and defenders. If you were to go against defenders again one more time, it's not gonna ask you anymore, right? So now you can switch back and forth, and that's gonna switch without prompting where the slot is. So this is only gonna happen the very first time, unless you reload the script, then you're gonna see the prompt once again, right? And that's pretty much it. Let's see now. I select Ash, right? So basically, when you see on the screen, uh, you'll see that the Ash is telling you that you have the R4C assault rifle selected, and then if I switch guns, usually you do that with the W on the Xbox, unless you remap your buttons. So if you press the W, you will see that now I'm actually on the handgun selected for Ash, right? So I press it again, then it switch back to the assault rifle and then the handgun. So let's say maybe on your game you are not using the R4C for Ash, but you're using some of the other options. So in order for you to sync up your game settings with the Zen, then you need to select a different gun, right? So you do that by pressing LT and then view, and then it's gonna show you these different menus that I have available. In our case, I need to go to configure gun and then press A, and then it's gonna show you for primary what options do you have for that particular operator. So for primary, then you had a 4AC, and then if you scroll to the right, then you see the G36. So maybe that's the option. I don't know. Maybe people like that gun better than the other one. I don't know why, but maybe that's your case. If that's your setting, then just press A. And now, from this point on, every time you select Ash, this will be your default primary gun, right? So if I switch to secondary, then you see I still have the handgun. If I switch back to the primary, you see that my R4C is gone, but now it's replaced by this. So whatever settings you make to this particular gun, they're gonna be specific for that. So if I were to choose a different operator, let's switch to different operator. You do that by pressing LT and menu, and then you're able to switch between other attackers, because right now we are on attackers mode, right? So let's say I select let's just do the very next one, which is termite. So then termites is the same thing. You have primary and then you have secondary. If I were to go back to Ash, then you see that her settings are actually saved. So if I go to defenders and then pick up any of the defenders and then go back again to attackers, you'll see their settings are kept, right? So that's how you configure the primary and secondary gun for that particular operator. And let me see on the Discord if there is anybody asking anything. All right, so it looks like we're good. All right, so that's how you configure the gun. So if you go back again to the menu, let me show you other options. Right. So you go to LT and view, Then we have the anti-recoil menu. The anti-recoil menu uh, is where you actually gonna be tweaking how the gun deals with the recoil. So you go here. I try to set up the defaults for my system, and I keep getting this question over and over. What are your settings? Share your settings. But I want to tell you guys, I mean, I'm willing to share. Actually, I share my settings to whoever asks, but my settings will never be the same on your system. So you need to be aware that these the settings are actually different between systems. So there's one setting that works perfect on one system. It doesn't mean that it's gonna work for you. So unfortunately, that's the way it is. In this case, there's no way I can configure my system perfectly and then give you my settings and then it's gonna work perfectly on your settings. There's no way. Unfortunately, that's just the way things are. So, but that's why I give you these anti-recoil settings. So here you can see that I have an X and Y, and people are going to ask me why is backwards, but I explained that in a different video. So for now, you can see that, for example, if you're shooting your gun and you can see that your gun is going up, that means that you need to pull your gun down. So then what it means, then you need to click on down. You can see a little feedback on the screen saying that you're pushing down. So then you push down and then fire. And then you can fire and see that you got corrected or not. Maybe you need to pull a couple more. Then you click them. And then maybe your gun is moving to the left. So that means you need to move to the right a little bit. So then you move it to the right. And you can see, even though I'm moving it to the right, you can see the numbers are switching. It might not make too much sense to you, but internally, the system is trying to adjust, the right values, left values, up and down, based on this little menu. So once you make a change, then you look at your game and shoot to the wall like I do, and see where your gun is moving. Once you're satisfied, then press A. Once you press A, then you're landed on the same operator, ready to keep gaming. So that's basically the anti-recoil. So once you make changes to that primary, then you want to switch to the secondary and adjust that one. Then you can do the same thing. You press LT view and then select the anti-recoil. Press A, and now you can see that the settings for these anti-recoil primary gun are different than the secondary. So secondary and primary, they're two independent profiles. So I guess that makes sense. All right, and I guess that should take care of the questions that you guys have regarding how to load it and then just get ready to work on it. There are other settings that you might care about, and then I have added some menus to deal with some quick toggles. In order to do that, then you activate it by pressing the LT and then the RB and double tap A, and then you're gonna see this little menu display kind of showing you gears, right? So basically showing you that you are on configuration mode. So if you were to press, for example, double tap D-pad left, then you can see that I actually deactivated rapid fire. So rapid fire is off in the game. So that means all the guns will not be shooting on the rapid fire. If I want to activate it again, then I double tap left, and then you can see the rapid fire is on. So once you're done configuring your different modes, oh, by the way, you want to know where all the different modes are activated on the Discord. You can type question mark quick toggle, and it's going to show you a list of the different functionalities that you can configure as a quick toggle. For example, you saw rapid fire, then we have here lean spam, and then we have double tap right, we have crouch spam, then double tap down, and then we have drop shot, and then round shot, bunny hop, strafe shot, and then we had actually the anti-recoil being turned off. So I don't know. If you don't like my anti-recoil, you want to turn it off, that's how you do it. And then once you're done, then you press again LT, RB, and then double tap A, and then it's gonna send you back to game mode. I'm gonna do a video explain all the different quick toggle options. So just make sure you subscribe and click on the bell, and as soon as that video is available, you'll be notified. So okay, I think I'll stop right now, making sure I'm not making a long video and you guys get bored. So you have any more ideas on videos that you want to see, or guys, just uh, just give me a chat on the Discord, and I'll be happy to